I'm Vincent.
I'm Nico.
Charles.
And I'm Pat. We're Winter Gloves.
Yeah, we did a second album. It was time. I mean, this album's a little different because we went in the studio like all together. I produced it. Vincent did the engineer. We mixed it together. So it was a little like not backtracking, but like it felt a little bit like the EP that we did ourselves. So yeah, it was so much fun. Like we got our own studio. We wrote like half of the songs like close to the release of About a Girl, our first album, and the other half we wrote them like really close to that release of All Red. So like so that's kind of yeah, that's kind of really exciting. Like half of the song are songs that we played live for a year, and the other half is like totally brand new, like for us as well. So, and it's called All Red.
You know I should take the wheel and drive, and I say I thought you were ultimately right.
I really like a relationship between two people. Like I'm not really a band person. I like playing live shows, but working in a studio with the four of us at the same time, I think it just doesn't work. So like what happened with this record is like I just like started a few like demos of bass, drum lines, and the songs, and then I called like the guys, like each of them separately, to brainwash them.
Yeah, he did a lot of one-on-ones with us so that
Yeah.
he could have more control over the final product. No, I know what he means. It's just like the thing is that like he said, half the songs were written in advance and we'd had the chance to tour them, but the other half were kind of written in the studio, and so we didn't always really know where they were going, and so it just, by not having too many cooks sort of thing, we were able to, you know, together work. Like he was the producer, so he always had the kind of global idea, and you know, I wasn't in there with three other guys telling me, you know, what I should be doing. So it was actually a very good experience, and to just kind of be one-on-one and to just, you know, work together that way.
I'm coming clean with my explanation. I said I wanna hear your explanation.
Well, speaking for myself, I know that coming from a small town of like a couple thousand people, kind of like where we are today, moving to the city, you become really infatuated with the city. You know, it's because it's new. You know, like anywhere you do something that's new, like a new relationship or whatever. And so, I mean, I fell head over heels for Montreal, and it's still my favorite city. I've had the luxury to travel a lot, and but the way that it affected me, I think that I just don't take the city for granted. You know, because I'm not from there, so I appreciate the city that we have, and the luxury of being from Canada, and the way that it affects the music. I think that I mean, I don't know. I think that we're not caught up in like being from the city because we weren't born there. So we're not really part of any, like, we're not trying to follow some trends or anything like that. We're just kind of, you know, four guys who like to work together doing our thing, and we happen to be, you know, living in Montreal.
Yeah, I kind of like too the idea of being you're alone but surrounded by like a lot of people. So it's just like you're not awkward by doing like English music. Like even if like I'm French Canadian and I was from a smaller town, like everybody was speaking French, and like having a band playing in English was kind of, why are you doing this? It's just like always complicated, and just like in Montreal, like I'm not really weird. So it's just like,
Well, you're still.
yeah, no, it makes everything easier, I guess. Like everybody's an artist. Like, it can be like pretty annoying sometimes because everybody's talking about their new album coming or their new painting gallery or whatever. But like it's you want to be surrounded by those people to be happy. So I mean, I'm really happy with Montreal as well. I like Pat. It's just my favorite city.
So far above.